What is a creepy fact about the human body? If you wear a glass which vertically inverts your vision long enough, your brain will correct it and you'll see things normal. But when you take those glasses off, everything will look upside down again until brain recalibrates again. Bodies will move as they're coming out of rigor. I've been bumped by a few, I'm a coroner. Bodies can also make sounds as the remaining air/gas leaves 2 a.m. in the morgue, and I thought I was in COD Zombies. Our brain filters out a lot of what we see along with just straight making shit up based on extrapolation. We don't just have one anal sphincter. When POO comes along, it passes another inner sphincter which isn't under voluntary control. Meaning you can do O with your outer sphincter, but not the inner one. You tried, that's okay. Sensory cells can detect whether you're about to pass gas or solid. From toddler age on, you can decide to go or not to go. If the time isn't right, e.g. at a friend's house or no toilet nearby, the inner sphincter can push the POO back and store it there for later. That's why sometimes if you need to do a number 2 but don't go, the urge goes away after about 20 minutes later. But seriously, go if you can. Constipation risk. Gas can't be pushed back so easily, so we sometimes toot by accident when moving or engaging the core. Now what about liquid? It doesn't seem to know liquid. So we play Russian chartlet. Credit, Julia Enders. Edit, typo. And obviously Russian POO-let was there and I missed it, which is a more solid option. The front of your tongue is curious, constantly patrolling, and autonomous. It chases the dentist around your mouth and you aren't even aware of it. So embarrassing and weird/creepy. EDA, there are few dentists in here and this is my favorite comment. Heard a story of this guy who got an axe or something to his head. Destroyed most of his brain, except the part that processes routines. He got up from the bed beside his dead wife, got dressed, started brushing his teeth, what was left of them, casually checked the mirror and wiped his skin of some blood with tissue. Walked round the house and collected newspaper from the doorstep, eventually he just collapsed. He was like a zombie, unaware of anything but for his routine. Really freaky. The intestines are covered by a double fleece of peritoneum. See it like a blanket. When your intestines get damaged for whatever reason, this blanket starts moving out of itself and crawling upwards towards the place which has the injury. It will stay there until the injury is recovered. And then move on again. Maybe not the most creepy fact, but definitely interesting in my opinion. When you get laser tattoo removal, the ink doesn't disappear, you pee it out. Your body's immune system breaks down the pigments of ink and it flows in your bloodstream, gets processed through your kidneys, then you pee out the ink. My favorite is the blind spot at the center of each eye, where the optic nerve is. A lot of people don't even know it exists, and even if they do, it is bigger than people often think. And it's also really easy to demonstrate to people if you know how. It's one of my favorite bar tricks. All you need is a pen and a napkin to draw a cross and a dot. Alternate demo. Edit, if it doesn't work, you're doing something wrong, not getting close enough, the image is too small on your phone, you're not closing the correct eye or not keeping your gaze fixed on the cross. It isn't because you don't have a blind spot. Unless you're a squid, you have a blind spot. All vertebrates have them. The liver can grow parts of itself back. If you get a splinter or foreign object stuck in your skin, you can hold a flashlight against your skin and shine the light through your flesh, and the foreign object will be a dark spot. Light actually passes through our flesh quite well. Also, if you shine a bright enough light into your mouth, you can see the light in your own eyes. Edit, I'm really glad that so many people have gotten out their flashlights and had some fun with them. Never stop exploring and being curious and trying to discover new things. The world is amazing and has so much crazy stuff to uncover. Y'all keep having fun now, and thank you everyone for all the wonderful replies and absolutely making my day. Sometimes there are just random extra muscles. You can go your entire life without even knowing it. I've worked as a mortician and the mess would tell me about some cases like this. Also, just random tumors, even when the individual had never been diagnosed. Lastly, skin sounds like saran wrap when peeled from the body. You can become allergic to yourself. We ate our own hair while inside the womb. Babies eat the lanugo, called as the fetus hair, that they shed while in the womb, and it builds up within them to form the substance that makes up their first poop, known as meconium. A pregnant female corpse will build up enough gas to expel the fetus even after death. Look up coffin birth. Your intestines know what shape they're supposed to be in, and can move themselves, which means gut surgeons can just stuff them back into you when they're done and they'll sort themselves out. What were you bullied for? I was socially awkward. I also was greatly motivated to be liked. I did a lot of shit trying to be liked that in hindsight, made me unliked. Eczema, which often affected my face. I was called a biscuit head, because my head was shaped like a biscuit. My name. Being the small kid. For being the quiet kid. To this day, I really don't know. Something happened in the summer between 2nd and 3rd grade that made a bunch of people decide that they didn't like me anymore, including my best friend. I only had 2 friends left until my family moved away in the middle of 7th grade. Bullies would follow me home most days and my mom finally had to verbally supersede on a few parents down the street to get them to take it down a notch. I finally asked one of them what I ever did to them, and they said, "You were born." How do you even respond to that statement? I just got a sharp pang after seeing that phrase again. Being easy to walk over. Sad face. I had a really hard time asserting myself, so being too nice. But really, just very insecure. Being poor, and my mom smoked continuously, so being poor and smelly. Kids are brutal. Edit, I just logged back on and this is humbling. For those that can relate, I'm wishing you all the best for where you are now. We are a product of where we came from, but that doesn't define who we are today. For those that can't relate, I'm so glad you had a different childhood and also hope you are doing well. And for those that find this is their moment to continue to bully, I hope kindness finds you and helps you with whatever you need to have a brighter day. Glasses, red hair, and freckles. Opie, howdy doody, and red-headed stepchild jokes all the way through school. Having red hair. As a black kid, in a predominantly black area. Wearing glasses and having braces. Being fat. Being nice. Being smart. Liking anime. Wanting to be a pilot, influenced by the anime I liked the most. But guess what? I'm a fucking pilot now. Being shy and overweight. Having glasses. Fuck you classmates. Being too quiet. No, I just don't want to talk to you assholes. What's worse than being ugly? Don't really know, but I'm sure I've got it covered. I once heard some dude say, nobody should be allowed to be an asshole, ugly and poor. Pick 2, at most. Throat cancer. Smelly. Being dumb and ugly. Ask me how I know. Being poor and ugly with a lack of social skills. AKA the formula to die single. Being terminally ill. Being chronically ill or disabled, I think. Paralyzed. Feeling ugly. Edit, hey, thanks. Hopefully you don't feel ugly, but know that I understand. Being a shitty person. Feeling hated by the person you love most. Edit, just want to say thank you to everyone that's reached out to me via chat/messages and left comments on ways to cope. I truly appreciate it all and I will look into ways to help myself. Defending the existence of blinding headlights. Losing the love of your life, then realizing you will never find anyone capable of replacing them, and you shall remain alone for the rest of your life. Being poor.